What's up, guys? Welcome to another Destiny gameplay video. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Thorn 2.0 version. Here it is for you. You can look at these stats. It's got Final Round. I use Send It. And then obviously Mark of the Devourer is the main skill. It was good to switch it up. Usually I use my red hand in PvP. And in PvE. It's kind of my favorite weapon in the game. But it was good to switch it up, use a different hand cannon for a while. I have to admit, I hadn't used Thorn since I maxed out my 1.0 version of the gun. And it was pretty underwhelming back then. So this is my first time to actually get back to it after the upgrade. So you see on that AFK guy there, 3 body shots will kill a guy. And then 2 headshots will kill a guy. And you'll see that a lot in this video. Lots of, like that right there, 2 headshots will drop anyone. And then the dot that you put on guys with the Mark of the Devourer can also wreck people after you leave engagements. You can just kind of pop a couple of rounds in someone and move on to your next target and trust that the Mark of the Devourer is either going to take them out or keep their shields down so that a teammate like that can finish off the kill and you'll get an assist for it. Now, like I said, I hadn't used this gun in a while, so I have to admit I had low expectations when I brought it back into the Crucible because of what people had been saying. But now I have to admit that it feels like they took it from being an underwhelming weapon to being an overwhelming weapon. It almost felt too easy. It got to a point where I really just zenned out with this gun in my loadout. And it felt like I was almost being a dirty player using it. And I never thought I'd feel that way about using a hand cannon, but I felt that way using this one. I had so many 10 and 15 kill streaks. I had lots of breaker medals, which are overkills or 4 kills in rapid succession. And basically I had the day off, so I just took this into Crucible. I probably played upwards of 15 to 20 matches. And like I said, I just wrecked in the Crucible with it, more so than I normally do. And that's not me bragging. It's me kind of, I guess, saying that I feel like this gun is a little too forgiving even. Like, it makes it too easy. When I checked my stats at the end of my, my day of Crucibling, on Destiny Tracker, it said that my overall KD for the day using the Thorn was 3.43. Now, I usually sustain a steady KD of about 2.0 in the Crucible, so that there should tell you something. If it took me from 2.0 to 3.43 while using it, that's a huge difference, an absolutely huge and undeniable difference. So it just worked with my loadout, it worked with everything I was using. I like it in the sense that it complements my Warlock well, because a Warlock, in most games, a Warlock is kind of a dot kind of a character. Does a lot of damage over time, does sustained damage after you leave an engagement, poison kind of things. So anyways, I thought it fit well with a Warlock in that sense. And here you'll see, like I said, I was using the Send It perk. So on those smaller maps, it was tearing people up. But then also here on Sky Shock, it was a good, like you see the 10 kill streak there, it was a good sniper deterrent because of the effective range on it. I just lay down, and you see there, even at long range, I was able to get subsequent headshots. And here, again, you see it at range, it's just wrecking people. You know, you throw the dot down on guys, and it'll finish them off like that there. So, all in all, I guess what I'm saying is the Thorn feels overwhelming as opposed to it used to being rather underwhelming. And so you'll see in the rest of these clips from the Crucible, you just kind of see me using it in the midst of the rest of my loadout and just having wild success with it. I had one game where I had a 28.0 kill to death ratio using it because it was a 28-1 match. I did play a little bit more conservatively. It was on Sky Shock, and so you don't see as many guys. Admittedly, it's a bigger map and a little bit slower paced. But only died one time, got 28 kills using basically just the Thorn. And I had a fusion rifle still equipped. I didn't switch to a sniper because I wanted to force myself to play well with the Thorn. And so basically it was just Thorn and abilities, and had a 28-1 game. So yeah, it's just super well-rounded. It fits in with just about any class, I think. I did play a couple of matches, having switched it over to my Titan. And it was a lot of fun, admittedly, but like I said, it did kind of feel almost dirty. Now, here's the thing. You can't really rebalance the gun, I don't think. I think it is a little OP. And let me show you this here. Super, and then just swivel, pop, headshot. It was just that easy. It's so fluid as opposed to other hand cannons in the game. But one of the things I do miss, having used other hand cannons, is that it doesn't have that sort of pop or that powerful sound when you use it. It just kind of has that shing shing, and it feels, just from the sound of it, it feels like a less powerful hand cannon, even though it's not. So I wish they would change the audio on it. I got to the point where I was so comfortable, I'd go into engagements like you saw that being outnumbered 3-1 earlier, and then 3-1 here, get the triple kill. I was just so confident using it that I didn't really have any hesitation going into full red like this. These guys are capping C, and I didn't want them to have it, so I neutralize it again. And I'll show you this here. I pulled my ghost up there for a second. You can look at it again if you need to. I don't want to take too much time. But one of the criticisms I had on my 53 kill game is that it showed that my connection was poor during that game. And some people said I couldn't play that well with a good connection. And some people even accused me of tampering so that I could be more successful in the Crucible. So I show you that there to show you the green bar and to show you how I'm still having wild success in the Crucible, just to kind of validate my Crucible skills here, just so you know that you can take my word or that my opinion has any value. So in all honesty, I'm not even smart enough. I'm not equipped to tamper with my my hardware. I wouldn't even know where to begin. I work for a non-profit counseling teenagers, so I'm in the wrong department if I'm going to be tampering. So anyways, so bottom line for Crucible, how does it stack up against other weapons of its class, hand cannons in this case? It's a top tier hand cannon. Now it's not as run and gun like as The Last Word, and it might not be as hard hitting like a truck like Hawkmoon is, but it's certainly maybe a happy medium, because it's effective at close range and it's also really effective at distance, as you've seen in some of the clips. And how does it stack up in the Crucible? It's you wouldn't be making a wrong decision by any stretch of the imagination by rolling with this weapon. I think that this would be a solid choice for the Iron Banner. And it makes using hand cannons pretty easy. I would almost suggest, if you wanted to get into hand cannons in the Crucible, and you see you got the overkill there, another 10 kill streak, this would be a good hand cannon to start with. So here you see my games, a 5.13 KD, over a 7.0 on that last game, 4.57 here. Like I said, it just felt too easy. So here I'll kind of switch gears and go to PvE. And I won't show you too much because I know the video is kind of long. But I just wanted to show you how well it stacks up in PvE as well. Essentially, I think that this is a solid weapon to roll with in PvE. The dot is nice to have. It's good to keep enemy shields down. It does sufficient damage. It fits well with just about any loadout you could use. So it's certainly a good choice for PvE, and I had a lot of success using it in PvE and outscored the other guys in my strikes quite a bit. Now, like I said earlier, I don't think that you really can rebalance this weapon, even if they wanted to make it more balanced for Crucible. If they wanted to do that, I would suggest maybe dropping the mag size from 9 to 8 and slightly reducing the rate of fire, because you can fire really quickly. Look at that. Has a pretty high rate of fire for a hand cannon. So I think that if you wanted to balance it for PvP, that's what you would do. But I don't think that they should, because frankly I think that a lot of the changes they've made to weapons and balancing them has put PvE players in a bad position, and it's kind of given priority to Crucible. So I'm okay with it being a little bit stronger in the Crucible than some other weapons, if it means that it stays this well balanced in PvE. Because right now it's not overpowered in PvE. It's back to being a solid gun as opposed to being underwhelming like it used to be. So I think that if you were to nerf the gun, you would screw over all of the PvE players out there again. And I don't think that's the right call. So I would say leave it as it is. And so I like to get up there, by the way, for the Fogoth fight. And you see the Thorn does really well at range. It's pretty easy to get up there, so I'm more than happy to jump down and revive that guy. So you see here, on both of those strikes, I outscored the other two guys by quite a bit using the Thorn. So you can have a lot of success. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Feel free to like and subscribe.